The sand jar technique is all about rocks, pebbles and sand. Watch this technique to understand how to prioritise better and how to deal with the concept of making a bigger difference by doing the toughest things first. Most people struggle to prioritise. It's one of the biggest challenges of time management. With this sand jar technique, I'd like to show you the rocks, pebbles, sand theory, but also practice of using this to prioritise. Imagine this jar is 9 to 5, or however many hours you work in a day. From 9 to 5, these are all the minutes that you have. The sand represents all those little tasks that you have to do in a day. They can be those annoying little things or those quick, fun and easy things, but they're all the small tasks that you need to do in a day. And we're going to add about 10 scoops of sand to our jar. Next, these ping pong balls represent all the medium tasks you have to do in a day. It might be write a presentation. It might be a meeting. It might be a one-to-one with an employee or a colleague. And there's about 10 medium tasks going into our day. Next and finally, we have our rocks represented by these tennis balls. But as you can see, we certainly can't get all the rocks in, and we're working a lot longer than we thought. And we're doing that thing that a lot of people do, which is to work when everyone else has gone home. So let me now show you a different way of how to prioritise. So here's a different way of looking at the sand jar technique and thinking about those rocks, pebbles and sand, those 3 types of tasks that we have in a day. Here are a really big task. Maybe it's a big customer meeting or a big presentation that you have to do, or maybe you do some public speaking. We're going to put in there 4 big rocks. These are the big things that make the big difference. Next, represented by our ping pong balls, we've got these medium tasks. Maybe it's a meeting, maybe it's a one-to-one with an employee, or maybe it's writing a short report. There's about 10 of those medium tasks that we need to do. And then we have all the small stuff that needs to be done in a day that everyone has. Might be answering a few emails that are quick and easy. It might be a quick phone call, but we all have lots of these things that we have to do. And last time we put in about 10 scoops or so of the small task, represented by our sand. And as you can see, the small tasks fit into the sand jar. In fact, we're going to put all the sand in, and then we're going to close the jar. And that's us going home at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. The moral to take away from the sand jar technique is that the rocks, the pebbles and the sand, they must be put together in priority order. You must identify your rocks or your tennis balls first, do them, then identify your ping pong balls, which are your pebbles, do those around the rocks, and then the sand has to fit in with everyone else. Not sand first, then ping pong balls, then tennis balls, otherwise you'll end up working late at night. The sand jar technique is all about prioritising what makes the biggest difference, and that's the tennis balls, or as Mark Twain coined it, the frogs.